I'm Carcia.
And I'm Telly.
And we're the HercastleGirls.
Hi.
We are so happy to see you right now.
Right here. It's another week, and we are back in your face.
Now, if you don't know, I am a mindset coach and spiritual guide.
I am a mind and wellness advocate.
And we together are the HercastleGirls, founders of Bright Mindset Project. And we make videos about mindset, motivation, business, and life. So if you like those kind of videos, get on it and subscribe.
Like this video so it can go to the masses. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Let us know if you are going to be. Let us know if you enjoy this conversation and join on in, because as usual, we always have something amazing to say. Period.
We are going to be sharing highlights from our conversation on our podcast, which is called It's All Connected by HercastleGirls. Check us out. We're on all platforms for podcast streaming, so definitely check us out. Give us a follow, leave us a review, whatever it is, and definitely join us over there too. And today's video is basically a part 2 to last week's video, which was perfectionism.
Yes, and today we're going to be following it up with its very mean sister,
people pleasing. Yes, that pesky behavior of people pleasing. We're going to be talking about that. So definitely tune into this conversation we are having right now. Get your tea, get your water, get whatever it is, and let's get into it.
So today we are talking about people pleasing, answering some questions, and sharing tips on how to work at lessening this very annoying habit.
Yes.
Last week we talked about perfectionism. We learned that perfectionism is a way for us to feel like we have complete control. We learned about to let go of perfectionism is to embrace yourself. And by the way, everyone, if you missed last week's episode, do check it out. Right now, for this week's episode, we are talking about people pleasing, which goes hand in hand with perfectionism.
Yes, it does. And I think that we should clarify the definition of what people pleasing is. Right. So in your mind, Telly, what do you believe is perfectionism?
Well, to me, perfectionism feels like it's an emotional way to just really get people to like you. You know what I mean? Like, people pleasing is an emotional need to please others, regardless of your feelings or your values, which is dangerous. What do you think? What do you think about how would you define it? How do you define people pleasing?
Yeah, people pleasing, I do agree with you. A people pleaser is someone who spends more energy on what people think than their own life, than their own, being and just their overall existence. They care more about seeking the validation of other people and not really caring about their needs or values being met. And yeah, I would say, like on many undesirable behaviors, there is a battle going on with the relationship of self.
Okay.
So people pleasing is totally coming from a place of, not really liking yourself.
Right.
Whenever energy is unbalanced, there will be problems. And here, all the energy is going towards the validation coming from society or friends or family, rather than you being okay and being aligned with your own values and, boundaries, whatever you set up for yourself.
Is there a characteristic of a type of person that really goes hard into people pleasing? Like, for example, I don't know, it's like maybe someone that had a bad childhood, or maybe they didn't get enough attention as a kid. I don't know. But is there like a characteristic to someone that?
Oh yeah, people that people please. They really do seek that attention from other people. That positive attention. People that suffer from it usually have low self-esteem, a low self-worth, and they tend to, like that people treat them in a way where they're like, okay, now I feel good about myself because now they like me. There's a saying that says you teach others how you want to be treated.
Yes.
When moving in this people-pleasing type of energy, it reflects to others how you want to be treated.
Right.
So if you are leading with people-pleasing energy, which is that low self-esteem, low self-worth, people are going to see you as such.
Oh boy.
So we have to remember that the way how we treat ourselves is how the world is going to treat us, which is why people-pleasing is toxic and isn't really healthy for our mindsets or the journey that we have made for ourselves to, you know, be purposeful and intentional.
Right. Let's talk about where this behavior comes from. Because I know you touched on it briefly just a few moments ago about, you know, the upbringing of someone. Maybe they didn't get a lot of attention as a kid.
Yeah.
Or they're desperate for people to look at them.
Listen, girl, listen. Like many behaviors like this, it does stem from childhood. It's developed during childhood between that tender age of 0 to 7.
Right.
There are a couple pillars for where it comes from. So I would say the first pillar is having major responsibilities as a kid. So if you were a child that had to take care of someone, maybe you had a sick parent, or maybe your parent was neglectful, maybe your parent had an addiction and they were dealing with that, maybe that you were abandoned, or maybe you felt abandoned by very busy parents, which is very, you know, and all of this, I believe, if you talk to 100 people, everyone falls into one of these categories of abandonment, which is why I do believe that everybody, and we'll talk about it later, but everyone needs to do that inner work. Next pillar I would say is wanting so much to be liked. And I call this sometimes the performance energy. You know, like you tap dance, you sing, you twirl, you do everything to get that applause.
Anything and everything.
Anything and everything. And that can be not only exhausting, but you're never going to love yourself more. And it's just a constant going around and around, constant circle that doesn't help anyone or serve anyone when you're working in that energy. And then I would say another pillar is wanting to solve problems for everyone or for other people. So wanting to solve other people's problems, it just actually shows us, you know, going back to perfectionism, you want to control something.
You always have to be in control.
Yeah, you've got to control something.
Even if it's none of your business.
Right. And this sort of, you know, drive to want to solve people's problems makes you feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing good, I'm a good person. But it's just really you wanting to delve into things that don't concern you. And this is another pillar of people pleasing, where it's like, well, if I solve the problem, I will be the person of the day, and everyone will talk about how I solved the problem. So people pleasing isn't just running around and saying, oh, I'll do this for her, I'll do this for her. It also means I will solve her problems so she will like me.
Wow. Doesn't that stuff like remind you of like high school? You know, when like the girl likes the boy and it was like, oh, I'll do anything for him to look at me, and you like do this to embarrass yourself because you just want this guy to like say hi to you or ask you out to the school dance.
That's exactly it. Like all of these movies, those are actual truthful archetypes of what people pleasing can drive people to do, and it's not healthy.
Like the movie Carrie.
It's some of the greatest horror films of time.
True. What does one do to solve other people? What does one do who likes to solve people's problems? Because I mean, I feel like, and I could be wrong, because I feel like, especially if it's someone that's close to you or a friend, or sometimes even at work, you might hear in passing someone's going through something and you just want to help, but maybe you might cross the line. And think, well, I'm going to do like everything I can to get this person to fall madly head over heels for me because I helped them solve your problem. But it's almost like a crackhead trying to stop a drug.
Yeah, and all these behaviors, they are habits, they're things that are hard to break. And so I say this, in mindset work, we learn that everyone has the personal resources to start their own healing.
Okay.
And they have the power to start to work on themselves.
Right.
Meaning, if they need help,
right,
they are going to ask.
Okay.
And as a people pleaser, you have to restrain yourself and say, I am here to support, I am here to hold space,
right,
but I will not interfere, because this person, if they need your help, they will ask you, and then you can move in a healthy way,
right,
to support this person. But you definitely don't need to be the rescuer here, which, you know, archetypes like the healer and the rescuer, in shadow, they can definitely be the types that want to help. They want to help. Yeah, they want to help everybody. And that's a good thing. Like you said, it's a great thing. But the issue is, in shadow, it can be just a person that wants to control something.
Benefits of saying no. No means owning your power.
Yes, yes. You know what? Another thing about no. A few things is no. I like the idea that no basically means you're honoring yourself. That's what it means.
Oh, I love that.
It means you're honoring yourself.
I love that.
You're taking your self-worth back. Knowing that you have nothing left to lose. So you're saying no because you're like, this is me. This is who I am. I accept myself. Right?
Cool. Right.
It's such a powerful place to be when you know yourself enough and respect yourself enough to say no. I heard this cool saying once, and the saying is, no makes me glow.
Oh my gosh! Okay, that is so freaking cute and very cool. No makes me glow.
Exactly.
It takes a lot of bravery to work on resolving people pleasing. You are basically unlearning a behavior from childhood, relearning how you want to be treated, then displaying it to the world so that they know how to treat you.
Yeah, it is a process.
It is.
I say that, you know, first of all, start journaling on the triggers, the things that make you feel like you need to people please. You need to start journaling about this, and you need to start doing the mindset work. First, starting on the subconscious level, which is good because that's where the change really happens, on that subconscious level. So you need to start doing work that deals not with just your conscious mind, but your subconscious mind, because the changes will happen faster. So you want to perhaps start with some inner child work. Again, as we were saying earlier, you know, a lot of people pleasing starts because of the things that you went through as a child. Meditation, maybe even clinical hypnosis, you know, and other type of therapies. And then on the conscious level, you want to start really small. So what you can do is start using no, start setting those boundaries on a level that's not too serious. So don't start doing it at work until you feel really confident. And don't start doing it on anything where it's a stream of money that's coming in. Because I find that the reason why we people please is because we see it as a life and death situation.
We do.
If you don't please your boss, you get fired.
You don't get that bonus. Your pay gets cut. Oh yeah, you get fired.
So it's good to start on a level where it's not too serious. So let's say you're in a book club or you're on a volleyball team. You can start using no. You can start setting boundaries with that group where it's not too serious. And kind of practice, get yourself into it.
More like things that have to do with like a hobby. Almost.
Exactly.
Reprogramming work needs to happen for that firm foundation.
Yeah, exactly. You have to know You have to know, and if there's only one thing you take away from this today is
Right.
you have to know that you do not and cannot control people. Okay, you cannot control people. You can only control yourself.
Exactly.
So yes, you can support people.
Right.
You can, in a healthy way, you can support and hold space for people and help them.
Right.
But you cannot change them and you can't control their situation.
Right.
Because it's not your situation to handle.
Let go.
Let go of the control.
Overdoing to control only tells the universe, your divine source, that you don't trust it or yourself to collaborate successfully.
Exactly. You always have to remember that people-pleasing, perfectionism, these are all blocks.
They are.
And they block you from the manifestation work you're doing.
Yeah.
They block you from the mindset work, the clarity sessions, all the stuff that you're doing to help yourself.
Right.
If you still have a serious issue with people-pleasing or with perfectionism, codependency, all of those sort of behaviors, if you still have a problem with those, you are not going to see the results of the work you're putting in.
Such a waste at that point.
Thank you. Coaching was the way to finally lessen the people-pleasing, lessen the perfectionism that I was experiencing. So, you know, I might be biased because I am a coach, but I know
you did the work.
What it did for me.
Exactly.
So, and to be honest, everyone should have a session or two with a coach like myself, go through all the modalities of, you know, meditation, hypnosis, maybe even some time techniques, which is a visual exercise. But doing all of these things can definitely help you. What a convo.
That was good. I really enjoyed that. I really did. I think it was a lot of tips that you hit that I think people really, hopefully they journal about this and they really, you know, get over the fear of facing themselves and get down to the nitty-gritty to, you know, calm down the people-pleasing and the perfectionism.
Exactly. Start healing today.
Girl, that part.
Thanks for joining us for this video, everyone. If you haven't already, subscribe. Click the notification bell and leave us a comment. What did you think of today's video? What would you like to see us do? What would you like to see us talk about? We would love to hear from you, so definitely leave a comment down below.
Thank you so much, everyone. Don't forget to leave a comment and check out our website, Bright Mindset Project, where we have different programs that can help you. You can book a free clarity call. You are not alone. We are all here to help one another because that's what we do.
So have a great week, everyone, and we'll see you next week.
Take care, guys. Bye.